Are GMOs really that bad? Firstly, genetically modified organisms are not new. They've existed for over 30,000 years. This was done through a process of selective breeding by taking organisms with a desired trait and breeding them with another desired trait. Their offspring has the potential to have that trait or have a completely new random mutation. New technology such as recombinant DNA and reproductive cloning allows scientists to do this in a lab with precision and much quicker as well. Many of the concerns with GMOs come from the negative effects on human health. Quote, studies have found no evidence that GMOs cause organ toxicity or other adverse health effects. The study was done by Harvard in 2021. This was done by having two groups of rodents fed the same fruit, one for 30 days, and they were fed only organic fruits, and the other one was fed only genetically modified fruits. They were examined posthumously, and there was no identifiable difference between the two. In fact, fortifying GM crops with vitamins can improve the quality of our diets. For example, golden rice in Bangladesh. Golden rice is fortified with beta carotene, which human bodies break down as vitamin A. This is important because in Bangladesh, 21% of children suffer from a vitamin A deficiency. By 2050, we will need to produce 60% more food to feed a world population of 9.3 billion, done by the UN. Genetically modified crops can grow higher yields in the same amount of area as regular crops. The impact on the environment. GM crops have pesticides embedded in their DNA, which means less aerosol pesticides are needed. Less pesticides means healthier soil because there's less tilling required, which means less soil erosion. This increases biodiversity. Less pesticides also means higher quality air and less water pollution. Water pollution is a big issue because when pesticides get into water, even large mammals such as deer can die. This Bt bacterium can only kill certain types of insects. Quote, Bt is a bacterium that is not toxic to humans or other mammals, but is toxic to certain insects when ingested. GMOs in the food chain. In the 1990s, the papaya was nearly extinct from the ring spot virus. There was a Hawaiian scientist that came up with a technology to embed a strain of the virus into the DNA of the papaya. The fruit essentially got vaccinated. This is the only reason why we still have the papaya today. GM crops are used to feed animals and to create cheap products. For example, corn is mashed up into animal feed for cattle and is used in cheap products such as corn syrup. GM crops have a higher yield per square kilometer and are also more water efficient. Scientists can change the required ecology for GM crops, which improves global food security. This means that, for example, golden rice can be grown in drier conditions. Because we live under the global threat of climate change, we need to have the technology to change what plants need to grow. This increases global food security. So why is it so controversial? Well, in a study done in 2015, 88% of scientists agreed that GMs were safe for human consumption, while only 37% of the American public thought so. There are many misplaced concerns about the potential damage to human health. There's also serious concerns about corporate monopolization. Only about 4 or 5 companies own the right to produce GM seeds. This is bad because it means they can charge whatever they like and prices out poorer farmers. They also have the ability to charge year-round, or seeds each year. You're not allowed to use seeds from previous years. There are also concerns about negative effects on the environment, which I've refuted, and biodiversity. The issue with biodiversity and any crops is that if you plant the same crop in the same field for year after year after year, biodiversity will go down. It doesn't matter whether it's genetically modified or totally organic. Thank you for listening to my presentation.